Good morning, everybody, or for those in the other parts of the world, good evening or good afternoon. It's 8:30 in Australia on the eastern seaboard, and it is Good Friday. So we've got the beginnings of a long weekend here, and I guess for you too. So today, as advertised, I'm going to do a short presentation about the validator, which for Dascoin licenses, and then making sure that you can activate various elements of the DasNet system, you will need to get a validator. In fact, anyone. There's no there's no exceptions here. You can certainly see your Dascoins in your vault without the need for a validator, but that's where it stops. So you do need to understand that this validator in front of me, in front of you, is the device that you need to purchase. Now, at the moment, it is 39 euros plus some shipping. So that you are aware, that comes to about 50 euros total. Now, very soon, the price of these validators is rising to 79 euros, which is sort of in line with similar security devices such as Ledger. So I'm not sure whether that's exactly the main reason, but that's what we've been told. Now, back in the early parts of early stages of getting involved in Dascoin, the validator wasn't kind of on the agenda, but after, I guess, building out the technology, certainly around Web Wallet, to secure your assets, your Dascoins, it has, the organisation has decided to go down this path. Now, that may seem a little sort of unfair, but it is an evolving technology, and Dascoin have come a long way in 2 years. So what was probably on the whiteboard back in sort of June, July of 2016, and certainly towards the end of that year, it was not something that had been expressed as a need. But that being said, it's g'day, Francis. That being said,
hi, Wayne, sorry.
That's okay. So for those people coming into the business now, there's no need to trawl back through that history, but you just need to understand that without a validator, you will not be able to take advantage of all the aspects of the environment which you've bought into. So for me, this presentation is more around showing you where to find resources to learn about the validator. I'm not going to go through all of that. What we will do today is show you on one of my accounts how to use, or I'm just going to show you how I use the validator, just so you can see real time, real life, that this is what's happening with most of the 100,000 license holders that are out there. But for some people out there that bought into net leaders in the Dascoin world back in the early or the latter part of 2016 and maybe 2017, and are now just coming back to revisit what they've done, maybe not done much about it, and now find that they've got to get a validator, then this is sort of helps with that. And if you've still got questions about this and you're sort of seeing this recording back, or even if it's live, you should be reaching out to your sponsor. They will understand, or should understand, how all of this is put together. And certainly if you're new to or potentially new to the business, please circle back to the person that's brought you to this recording and ask them for assistance, and and their referral link so that they can actually give you one-on-one assistance in getting started here. So what I'm going to do is, firstly, I've just shown you the validator. It comes in a box, and you will get a little cable like this. And what we're going to do is connect up to my NetLeaders on my web wallet and do a couple of transactions. So we'll just sort of start with that process, and then we'll come back to some of the detail that's available on the web wallet site and some of the other resources that I use to show people around. Well, hang on, before I do that, getting lost here. Oops. Right. Okay, so what you're looking at now is the web wallet, sort of the main kind of page to get to. You can see this is before I'd actually do a transaction. Even on this page here, there's lots of information around the web wallet and so on. It talks about the KYC process and the validator, which, as I said, it is a important part of the whole DASnet environment. As I say, every user is required to use the validator, as I said. Now, the detail here will take you through kind of some of the technical aspects of the validator. But what I wanted to get to was this part of the site that tells you how to connect the validator, choosing a PIN code, backing up your recovery words or phrase, and other parts of the technical design of the validator. So it's important to understand that there is just so much material out here in sort of Dascoin land to help you. The other place I go to when I'm referring people, apart from the official site, is the Dasteam.io site. And again, you don't need to be a member for this. There's, let's go back to the home page. You can see, again, a lot of upfront information about NetLeaders, and it's presented by Paul and Matthias, who are ambassadors for the organisation, who I've met many times, and they are outstanding leaders in the business. Now, as I said, there's other resources here, and I do encourage you to go to them. Certainly if you're new to NetLeaders and Dascoin, but the place I'm taking you to right now is where you can see across the across the screen here, information about NetLeaders, web wallet, Dascoin, and the validator. So in this case, we're talking about the web wallet and the validator, but and if you just pop down to or across to the far right, you'll find information about the validator here, how to set them up, how to trade on the DAS exchange, and so on. Now, what we're going to go to, and also, and there's even more information on this site. Okay, so not just about the validator, it's kind of a very substantial knowledge base of information around every aspect of the organization. I did go through the comp plan yesterday or Wednesday, but the validator, there's just, there's a dozen or so separate presentations on this. If you go to how to order one, it will tell you, give you that information. So there should be no reason why you can't get to this information yourself. But as I said, if someone's brought you to this video or you're here for the first time, just reach out to someone. They will be able to give you the heads up on all of this. It is so easy to do. So, I guess the first thing to do, of course, is to create an account. So if we go back to the web wallet login, and you can see what you'll see what I'm going to do. You can see I'm managing a couple of wallets here. They're mostly my family. Where am I going? Right, that's me. So we're just using, I use LastPass for my passwords for all of the online work I do. It secures that down, or holds them and secures them, and recalls them when I need them. So in this case, what we've got is what it's showing you on the very front screen here. Let me just move this down. I've got 12,000 Dascoins in my hot wallet. That's the very first screen you're seeing. It's because that's where it defaults to. But we're going to go to my vault, and you can see I've got 4 licenses attached underneath, well, 3 underneath the main account. So I've got a Steve Wisdom 55 account, and a Wayne 2 and a Kate McCarthy. So what I'm going to do now is go into each one of these, and I'm going to transfer whatever's the maximum amount is per day up to my hot wallet. Now remember, my hot wallet is showing 12,327 coins. So if we go in here, but to say, before I can do any of that, I've got to attach this cable. Let's do that into the side of your PC. You then grab the validator. It's got a little LED screen on it, so you've got to, once you tap that in there, you can see that it's asking me for a PIN number. So I'm going to put my PIN number into the USB screen. And it's done. So I've now accepted accepted the Dascoin wallet that I want to use. So I'm now ready to go. So what I'm going to do now on this first account, as it says, the maximum transfer is 117,355. I pop that number in. I can choose a lesser number, but I can't choose any more. And it's asking me, and I don't even see that. Oops, I've had a confirmation that that is okay. So I just tick the box on the side, or the little button on the top of the validator, and it confirms. It confirms that on the screen. So I now close that, and you can see that 117 has been added to my Dascoin balance, my hot wallet balance. I'm going to do the same for the next one. In this case, this license only allows me to transfer 23 47110. Now there's lots of information about the value that's allowable. I guess I've just confirmed that. I think in the case of a I'm just trying to remember now, and I'll post these at the bottom of the video. The values, it's a percentage of the value of the license, and then converts it into Dascoin. So if the Dascoin price has dropped, as it has done, there will be more Dascoins you can pull in and transfer to your wallet every day. So.
Excuse me, mate.
Yeah.
You can, down the bottom, you can press the max button.
The bottom of what?
When you go back to the other screen for the transfer.
Well, I've just finished with
where it says maximum coins. If you click on the little box, it transfers whatever the maximum amount is.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So you don't need to be adding the value into the.
No.
Oh, okay, that's a good point. Good. I've been doing that forever.
Yeah, I know. That was a new feature they added probably 2 months ago.
Oh, good. What I do with some of the other wallets where I've got multiples at the same value, I just copy and paste. But that's certainly a lot easier. Appreciate that. So what we've just done in my case is, you know, the maximum amount of Dascoins that are available on this particular day based on the price of Dascoin up to my hot wallet. Now the question is, why would I do that? I mean, I've got in the vault still to go 170,000 and 2,500, another 800 down here. So I'll be doing this for a while. If I want to move every one of these minted coins that have come from what was the queue, there's nothing in my queue any longer, up to my hot wallet. Now I'm not going to do that. I just wanted to get, you know, maybe 20 or 30,000 up there. So if I, you know, wanted to cash some out, that's kind of what I would do. Unlikely that I would do much of that. I have used a couple of thousand of these to pay for some Dascoin promotion work that I've done. I feel that's sort of one way of managing and leveraging the value that I've achieved in Dascoin. So that's what I do. But there's just lots of other options for people with bigger Dascoin balances, and those are kind of features of the white pages where you can you know, take deep wallet contracts and so on. And I may look at doing that you know, down the track. But for the moment, I'm just for anyone that I know and I'm using that I'm supporting with small contracts, they are moving all of their coins up to their hot wallets. I mean, they may not take a longer term view that I do, so I'm just letting them know that if they do that, they can sell them either on the internal exchange or the public exchange. So that was sort of me doing my thing, and I do that every night. And I think the time frame to get them done on a 24-hour basis is Central European time, midnight. So that's coming up shortly. And so in another couple of hours' time, I can go through this whole process again and transfer Dascoins up to my hot wallet. Okay, so just wanted to make sure you understood that the web wallet process of managing your validator, once you've set it up, as I said, there's a process for that and there's plenty of instructions for it. It is very simple to do. Make sure you look after your validator, because it'll cost you another, well, now potentially $79 plus shipping to get another one out to you. anyone that's here in Australia that is looking for a validator, I'll be in London at the end of next month. So if they are making those available, I can get some and bring them back to Australia, and then just Australia post them out to you. Look, that's it. As I said, there's plenty of resources around to follow. Even back onto the. So I'm just going to log out now. There's nothing else to see. Well, we can probably just have a quick look at the exchange, which is hasn't been performing as well as it has been in the past. We're now at sort of a 42 cent euro mark, which is about 10 points off what it was about through a month or so back. I'm not all that fussed about that. I mean, it's a little, well, it's not artificial as such, because it is a marketplace, but it's a marketplace essentially of net leader licenses, license owners. It's not picking up the genuine marketplace activity, because for the moment you can't, unless you're part of the net leaders environment, you can't be participating. But what they have or will be introducing shortly is the ability to bring funds into your web wallet, as opposed to funds being generated from within the business. So there's going to be more of an off-market, well, not off-market, a genuine market price being established within the internal exchange. But within a 4-week period, they're going to be on the public exchange. So we're going to start to see the reality of what the broader community thinks of Dascoin and the price. Okay, unless there's any questions, I'll end the presentation. There will be in the body of the YouTube comments area referrals to the resources I've mentioned. I do have a PowerPoint presentation that has a bunch of resources that I'm recommending people use around Facebook and websites and so on. So I do encourage you to open that up. It's a PowerPoint presentation I've put up in the Dropbox, so have a look at that. Otherwise, I'll say farewell and wish you all a happy Easter. I will look at another presentation on Sunday morning if anyone's around. I'm not all that fussed that I'm not getting lots of people here, so long as people can come back to these videos and just watch where they understand where they can go to get to the resources. But the most important thing about any of this is that you do come back to people that are referring you here, because they may well have a better connection locally to you and be able to support you with other questions, not just about the web wallet and the other topics I've chosen, but more broadly around getting funds together, getting Bitcoin, if that's the way you're going, and so on. So do that. It's important that you speak to the people that may be a bit closer to you around this opportunity. Anyway, I'll say goodbye, and I'll catch up with you another day. Bye.